It is May 19th, 2014, and today a delegation of the employability team of EIGE's consortium has traveled to Lithuania, and we are now arrived in downtown Vilnius. We are at EIGE, the European Institute for Gender Equality, and in these very shiny and new premises we will meet with Sofia Fernandes, who is officer for the Research and Documentation Center of EIGE. Sofia, thanks for having us today. Can you tell us basically where are we and what kind of work do you do here?
Good morning. It is our pleasure to speak with you today. We are here at the European Institute for Gender Equality, and we are an autonomous body of the European Union. We were established to contribute and to strengthen the promotion of gender equality, including gender mainstreaming in all EU policies and the resulting national policies. Also, we aim to fight against discrimination based on sex and to raise the EU citizens' awareness on gender equality. As you know, equality between women and men is a fundamental right. It is a common principle, and it is a core value of the European Union. Therefore, making equality between women and men a reality for all Europeans and beyond is the vision of EIGE, of the European Institute for Gender Equality. To make this vision a reality, EIGE was created to become the knowledge center and the front runner in developing reliable evidence, collecting knowledge, sharing useful experiences and expertise on gender equality. We started our operations in 2010, and concretely, the place where we are now, EIGE's Resource and Documentation Center, has a very challenging mission, which seeks to establish an easy-to-access, centralized source of information on gender equality. Our long-term objective is to gather the institutional memory of all gender equality work at the European Union and the Member States level, and to make it easily accessible to all, actively fostering cooperation between gender equality actors across the European Union. We can say that the ultimate goal would be to make the right gender equality related knowledge available at the right time to the right actors. EIGE's Resource and Documentation Center was officially launched in a European Union conference in October 2013 during the Lithuanian presidency of the Council of the European Union. And it was launched and built around three main functions. On one hand, to compile, organize and make available through a single access point a trove of gender equality related resources that were until now scattered across a multitude of sources. On another hand, to disseminate the new knowledge and the resources produced by the Institute itself. And finally, to provide an online collaborative platform where decision makers, experts and other stakeholders in the field can debate on gender equality and share their expertise and resources in this area.
Thank you, Sofia. That was truly impressive, and I think it kind of proves the point that gender equality has come a long way in a relatively short period of time, to the point that some might even argue that we don't need it anymore in today's Europe. But what is your view on the current state of gender equality in the EU context?
Well, the European Union, in fact, is the geopolitical region in the world where more efforts were put in place to achieve gender equality. And unfortunately, regardless of more than 50 years of policies, the truth is that our gender equality index shows that the EU is only halfway towards gender equality. So I would say there is obviously still room for improvement. On another hand, EIGE's recent report reviewing the infrastructure of the governmental bodies tasked with gender equality responsibilities show that the focus on gender equality is somehow being marginalized and replaced by a focus on all grounds of discrimination without making visible this cross-cutting dimension of equality between women and men. So this is worrying in our perspective, and furthermore, we feel that somehow the commitment of the EU and its member states to mainstream gender is also being very, very slowly implemented at different levels in the member states.
Okay, so if this is what is at stake, which is a lot, how do you think it should be developed? What are your plans for the future?
The knowledge on gender equality is in fact scattered across multiple sources. Our endeavor of putting together in EIGE's Resource and Documentation Center all that exists on gender equality at the EU and member states level is a step towards making the knowledge on gender equality more accessible to everyone. Let me give you some examples. We started in 2013 with a pilot project in which we gather resources on gender equality from 7 member states. This year, we are tackling 10 member states, and in 2015, which will be the end of the current EIGE's midterm work program, we will work on 11 more member states. Those are resources that were scattered. They are being put together in EIGE's Resource and Documentation Center and being made available in all EU languages. Another example, and this is something we organized very recently. EIGE thought it was important to make a consultation meeting with academia. And we did it recently, and we gathered very relevant suggestions. For instance, to involve young researchers in EIGE's work, and also to have students using EIGE's Resource and Documentation Center, namely this specialized library where we are now, located in Vilnius in the European Union House. And this is an area of action we intend to develop further.
Okay, so just like you consulted with academia, which we were pleased to hear, we are now consulting with the world outside and specifically with you. Indeed, one of the aims of EIGE's consortium is to provide a model for training that bridges between university, research, and civil society. So, how do you think that the profile of a gender expert, such as the one that we aim to train with a European doctorate in gender studies, will be strategic to, for the future developments of the state of gender knowledge and gender equality in the European Union?
Well, gender studies in higher education at its different levels, be it degree, master, or PhD, do not exist in all member states. On the other hand, the profile of a gender expert needs further promotion. So I would say there is an added value in specifically training people with these concrete skills. And examples of areas of work that a gender expert can be this added value is, for instance, working with gender analysis of various policies, be it at the national, regional, or local levels, developing the capacity of the public sector to mainstream the gender perspective in all public policy implementation, streamlining statistical products to produce gendered analysis of public policy impacts, interpret materials and reports to reflect the different outcomes to women and men, develop and implement gender monitoring, develop and implement gender evaluation, among many other areas that those experts will bring a different look into reality. So I wish you a continuation of good work this afternoon and all the best in your endeavor to build a PhD on gender studies at EU level. I wish good work to all the organizations and the experts that are here today in this conference, and I hope we will be able to collaborate in the future and make the best of the knowledge that both you produce and EIGE as the Knowledge Center on Gender Equality at EU level produces.